Welcome. This is episode 13. We are still in lockdown here in Northern Ireland and the UK. However, it's looking like it could be getting lifted over the next month or so. So I guess that's kind of good. So whilst we're still in lockdown, I've been doing lots of modifications to my kit and things like that. So I thought it'd be good to do a video on 5 things that you could be modding to either your gear or your ghillie suit. Let's jump straight in. So just to show you all the gear that I use, let's have a wee look in the GoPro. So here we have the typical sneaky leaves. We do have them slightly dyed, stroke painted to give a kind of darker look. These ones should be exactly the same as these ones. However, these are really bright and I don't really like them. And these ones are just a wee bit different coloured. I'll try and show them on this. There's not much of a difference in this screen, but these ones are definitely a little bit more duller than these ones. They have quite a shine on them. There, that's probably a good comparison. So we sprayed them. I think Ep13 might have even sprayed them. So we have sneaky leaves, we have fake fern, fake green leaves, and of course we have the holy grail of sneaky leaves, the lovely green color ones. So these green ones are really rare. Next up we have the moss. This is real moss. This is reindeer moss as far as I know. It comes from Sweden and it comes in a dried bag just like this, and very cheap, and I think you can get it in most floral decoration shops as well. Very easy to come by. I tend to use this on top of my scopes or silencers to kind of create that tree trunk type effect. So that's really good. So if you've seen my channel before, if you've seen my Instagram, it's largely based around ghillie crafting and ghillie sniping and airsoft. My #1 ghillie suit that I use is of course the KMCS. I use the KMCS brown and Ep13 uses the KMCS green. I also have the KMCS green balaclava, which is really good for breakup between heads and shoulders and things. I also have all this halo screen that comes in a variety of colors and saturations of green. These are really good for creating these 3D textures of colors, but also quite a bit of depth. Whenever we just had the kids and I couldn't get out airsofting much, I was on YouTube quite a bit and on Facebook. In particular, this Sniper Ops group, which is on Facebook. Big shout out to you guys. Thank you for all your help so far. Next up we have these guys. These guys are the guys that I get my paint from and my halo screen from and the KMCS from. Really good. Love you guys, Skirm Shops. Thank you very much for doing all that. Just so you know, I am now sponsored by Skirm Shop. I have a discount code if you guys want to buy anything. It is Aka Staten, which I'll leave a link in the description. So here's my helpful tip #1. These are my goggles that I've been crafting over the past few days. I did it one late night whenever we lit the fire outside, and I got out all my stuff and just sat there looking at the stars and also making this. It's pretty much just made up of the halo screen cotton, some KMCS leaves and the halo screen, and also some of these leaves here that came from Kicking Mustang himself. He generously donated me some. I think these are from America and apparently they're hen's teeth to get hold of. I've never even seen them before, but the colors, as you can see, are really good. They blend in really well. So yeah, the big tip about showing you goggles. Well, there's a few tips that I want to give you. It's really annoying whenever I can't see. So I don't know if you're like me, but if you have that problem, try and keep your leaves up out of the mesh. My last set, it had leaves coming down, blocking my view. They poke me in the eye and everything. So when you start crafting these, make sure that your eyes are nice and clear and your view is nice and clear of the mesh. That could be considered a tip in itself, but that's not what I wanted to talk to you about the goggles. The outside of these mesh goggles are obviously very thin, so probably only about 5 to 8 mil that you have for sticking things on, which is a bit of space, but it's not a lot if you want to do something like this. So what I did was I got a big bit of material like this. Now you don't have to use these leaves, obviously. You could use the sneaky leaves if you really wanted to, if you wanted to go to that expense. Otherwise get some brown or tan or green or whatever color you're wanting to craft them in and stick them on first. And that suddenly gives you a big real estate for sticking down on top of, and that will build the depth out. So you can start off with these, you can add a bit of green on top, and then you can add a bit of raffia, etc, etc, and you've got a big space for doing your super glue. So that is tip number 1. So tip number 2 is power banks. What I find is these power banks are very, very shiny and very, very slippy, so they can sometimes be quite hard to attach onto your gun. What I tend to do is find the very, very cheap camo. Now this stuff you can get on like wish.com and things like that for like only £1, or I think you can even get it on Amazon or packs of 6. It's stretchy and it's self-adhesive. What I do is I stretch it round on itself, and the material of this is almost like a microfiber type cloth. It's quite grippy, it's not sticky. Like, you don't get any residue on your fingers after touching it. However, it is quite grippy, allowing you to get a nice secure fitting for your power bank onto your gun. So that's if you want to zip tie or cable tie your power bank to your gun. If you don't want to do that and you want to secure it onto your gun in a different manner, then what I suggest you to do is get one of these bad boys, which is basically just a scope ring mount. And as you can see, pop that in there, clamp that up and attach it onto the side of your gun. And another thing that I like to do with this USB is slide it through the rail mount, and that helps stop it catching on things. What you can also do is put a bit of tape on that, or cable tie the cable to it. What that does is just give you a nice secure point here, where if this needs to pull, it'll pull out, but the cable will stay attached. So you won't lose it, and hopefully it won't break on you either. But it's a nice tidy way of running the cables also. So tip number 3 for you then, whenever you're crafting your leaf suit or your ghillie suit, always try and remove this head and shoulder shape. There's 2 ways of doing this. Either use your hood, pack that round, and that'll give you a nice 3D kind of look around your head and shoulders and lose this jawline. I can also do this by getting my chest rig and also bulking the straps up to give this nice semicircular shape as opposed to this definitive head and shoulders. So that's a really, really quick one, so just keep an eye out for when you're crafting. So just to show you tip number 4, I have done this to my KMCS green suit. You can see that I've created my own kind of sneaky leaf adaptations. And I have purchased some cheap leaves. These were off wish.com, I think, but they're really, really good. But just to show you something that you should take a wee look at, everybody is using these cable ties at the minute for crafting their suits. They're really, really good. They're half decent color, they're brown, and they're really, really strong. Working with the KMCS suit, which has a strong mesh, they work really, really well. So the cable tie just slips through the KMCS suit really, really easily, and that will not come off. It's a really, really tough material, really, really like it. So with the cable tie in place, you get your halo screen, and you can do it any way you want. Some people are really, really fussy with it. Me, I don't really bother. I simply take the halo screen. I try to use 2 colors at once, and we tighten that up, and that gives you that 3D leaf look that everybody desires. However, a lot of people then take this cable tie and simply snip it off at the base, leaving your halo screen to be the vegetation. However, here's a tip for you. Leave this on and use it to bulk out your suit. So say I was taking my leaves, which I've dyed. These leaves were the typical yellow Chinese leaves that you get, and there's like 1,000 of them for like £4 or whatever. I've dyed them green, as you can see. So what you can do is fold the leaf in half and snip a hole in it there and snip a hole in it there, and that allows you then to take the cable tie that you've already had in place from the halo screen and thread the cable tie through it, and that suddenly adds so much more depth and length onto your suit. Check that out. So here you can see that the leaf is stuck onto the cable tie and it's sticking right out there. It's nice and floaty in the wind still, and the leaf will still flap in the wind. It's silent, however it gives you that extra depth. So here is tip number 5 for you. Everybody can access this, which is this artificial grass. This is the way it comes in like a carpet-like form. Now the way it is, it's quite bulky and quite tough. Obviously it has to be to sit in your garden. You could, you know, fold it. It is nice and flexible, and you could fold it into a cylinder and maybe put it on your silencer if you really wanted to. However, I don't like doing that. Here's my tip for you, just to spice things up a little. Now I've already made a wee incision here just to make it easier, but if you pull this incision apart, it'll then give you an easier access to all these strands of grass, and you can simply pull them out. And suddenly you have lovely little tufts of grass. The colors in this are absolutely great. Obviously you pay a lot of money to get this grass, but if you go to any artificial grass company, they have tons and tons of waste. As you can see, the grass, once you get that incision cut, you can simply pull bit by bit out. And actually, if you look closely, it's actually glued together somewhat, so it will hold itself together. But complement that with a little bit of a GoPro, and it suddenly gives you a lovely little grass effect. Just breaks up those colors and obviously the depth quite a bit. I've seen a lot of people use the Jack Pike tape, and even I purchased some recently, and it's great, it's lovely and matte, it doesn't shine. What I've seen people doing is just taping onto their guns or their MK23s or onto even their GoPros, and it looks very, very flat. So my tip for you is, once you stick this around your GoPro or your said item, do a little bit of crafting on it. Now I don't know if you've noticed, but the whole way through the GoPro footage, I've obviously had this GoPro sitting out, which sticks out a million miles. But did you spot this one? And did you spot this one? Obviously this isn't a GoPro, this is my scope cam. Now up close, this looks really wick. Like, it looks like a 4-year-old did it and just went buck mad with some super glue and some cutout shapes. But this brings me on to my last tip. That's the scope cam 2 that I use, and I've just got KMCS sleeves and a little bit of halo screen and some lovely brown material. My typical engagements always happen outside 10 meters, so if we go back to here, it looks really, really wick. However, in the distance, it blends in lovely. Especially this GoPro, it has like really, really bad cutout cotton and really bad cutout KMCS sleeves, and it's all messy. But that's what you want. It adds those wrinkles and it adds that depth. So whenever I put that down, once again, it kind of disappears. So there are my quick tips for you. I know there was probably loads more than 5, but anyway. If you're new to the channel, please watch all my other episodes. I just started in January, but already I'm getting loads of help from local airsofters and also a skirm shop and sending me out gear that is absolutely phenomenal. Guys, get on my discount code and go on and start buying all your sniper gear there. It'd be great to see you out in the airsoft field very soon. Peace.